Welcome to HeadKick Audio episode number 20.
20. That was probably way
that
more
was
than
40. That was 40.
40.
I am your host, Steve the Dick, and with me is the number one co-host in the goddamn world, Sir Crazy J. And in the intro, you heard By the Gods. They created that theme for us. So, just like I said before in our Facebook or social media posts, they get a forever shout out. So, what a fucking night.
Yeah, holy shit. Like, I'm still all, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm still all, wow. A great night of fights, UFC 241. There was a heavyweight title fight where we have new.
Dude, I was so happy.
And our picks, if you follow us on Twitter, we do picks for most fights when we can. It's the HKA picks is the hashtag, and I believe Sir at the MMA white belt over here.
That's right.
Edged out another fucking split decision over yours truly for what did you get? 8 and 4?
I went 8 and 4, and you went 7 and 5.
I only went 7 and 5 because my fighters didn't spin. I guarantee you that if Daniel Cormier had spun, Miocic would have been out.
Yeah, because he would have never seen that shit coming.
And there was a huge upset that nobody saw coming with that the Kala guy. What's his name? Kama?
Oh, Kama Worthy.
Yeah, Worthy. No one saw that one coming.
Yeah. I don't even think he saw it coming, but
I believe
dude.
by the time they got in the cage, the odds were you put down $100 on the other guy. What's his name again? I already forgot.
So did I, but that's why I take notes.
Yeah, you do.
Now I gotta find them.
Versus...
Fuck it.
It's Kama.
Devontae Smith.
Okay, well I knew who Devontae Smith was, but it was Kama.
Yeah, Kama Worthy.
So I was saying it right.
Yeah.
I fucking did it. All right. Well, you put $100 on Kama, you walked away with $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
If not more, depending on where you were betting. So, UFC Tour 241. Do you want to just get that out of the way now? I don't think we've ever done that.
Dude, episode 20, let's fucking do something crazy. Let's go backwards in the week.
Okay, so we'll start with what happened tonight, which is super fresh in everyone's brains. And we'll go top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Oh shit, we're going to start with the heavyweight title fight.
Fuck yeah.
Daniel Cormier loses his title. His heavyweight championship reign isn't... Oh, come on now. Don't rub it in. Don't make me call the man. His heavyweight title reign comes to an end via punches, but it was the body punches that set it up.
Yeah, the body punches set it up, and then...
From out of fucking nowhere, too. It's like, I'm going to decide in the 4th round to just start punching your body.
Yeah.
Because I didn't notice it. I mean, he may have been. I just didn't. And I saw the body shots starting to connect, like, in the 4th round.
Oh, yeah.
So he was throwing them with regularity, and that kind of set up.
Yeah,
the finishing
I want to say it was
sequence.
around like 2 minute 30 seconds, into the round. I mean, Stipe was getting rocked a little bit, and I think he just found a home with that the left hook to the body, and just kept going for it, and it just worked out. Caught Cormier, and then bada bing, bada boom, it was done.
Yeah, and it's not very often you see, Cormier with his butt on the canvas, looking like, where the fuck am I? You don't see that. That's only happened one time before this, and it was John Jones kicking him upside the dome piece.
So this would be only his second loss.
Technically,
Technically?
technically it is only his second loss. And technically it is only the first time that he has ever been finished. Because the no contest to John Jones when he kicked him upside the head. When Jones kicked him upside the head, Jones tested positive or something.
Yeah, that's right.
So they switched over the results to a no contest. But Daniel Cormier knows that he got his head kicked by Jones. He knows. He acknowledges it. He's not scared to admit it. And you know what, Cormier? Actually, like, I used to hate him. You know what I mean? Not him personally, because I don't know Daniel Cormier personally.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'd probably be a little bit more upset at the outcome of tonight if I did know him personally. But even though he was my pick, I'll go on record saying my picks did not do very good tonight. Okay? But, where was I? Where was I? On the... I fucking totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you were talking about how Daniel Cormier was getting...
Well, anyways, so the title fight here tonight ends with a new heavyweight king in Stipe Miocic, which was the man that Daniel Cormier took the belt from to begin with. So they each are 1-1 with the knockouts on each other. I'm saying, fuck the John Jones trilogy, because at this point you're 0-2 against John Jones. You're 1-1 with Stipe. The heavyweight title is the most prestigious title in all of combat sports. Going back to fucking, boxing and just everywhere, everybody loves to be considered the baddest man on the planet. And at least in the UFC, you kind of fucking are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could be the best boxer in the world, but what happens if you get taken down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be the best wrestler in the world, but what happens when, you're throwing on 16-ounce gloves or 4-ounce gloves and, you gotta throw hands. So I like how MMA is just like, it's all of it. So I do consider the MMA guys the baddest men on the planet.
Yeah, because they have to be very well-rounded or else.
If you got into a street fight with, like, let's just say an Anthony Joshua or a Daniel Cormier. Anthony Joshua, all you gotta do is fucking, get that single and he's done. Like, what the fuck is he gonna do? Daniel Cormier, it's like, okay, so do I hit him? Do I try to take him down, or do I'm already running. Where am I going? Yeah, okay, away. I'm running away, bye.
I'm not even going to try to get close. I'm just going to chuck a stick at him, and then hopefully that, he's like, what the fuck? And by the time he's like, what the fuck, I'm gone.
Right? It's like, squirrel! And hopefully that works. So, I'm hoping for the trilogy here.
Me too, because I would love to see that a third time.
That was epic. I mean, the first fight was emphatic. DC put Miocic down, round number 1, and that was all she wrote. Stipe sits on the sidelines for a year, a little more than a year, however long it was. DC defends. DC relinquishes his other title. Then we get the rematch, and it goes 4 rounds of holy shit. Holy shit. And then it ends in the 4th round, I believe, at like 409, right? Is that what it says?
Yep,
409. So, I'm okay with a trilogy because Stipe should want. Like, okay, cool. You beat me, I beat you. The best 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah, to see who truly is the best.
Yeah, because in the heavyweight division, 1 punch is all it takes. And DC was taking all of the rights and all of the lefts and seemingly unfazed. Not only that, but if you didn't get to watch this, both these guys came in lighter than they did the last time they met. They both looked like they were in better condition than when they first met. Also, Stipe Miocic dwarfs Daniel Cormier.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's a little more than this. It's more like, you know what I mean? Yeah. DC's a big dude, but Stipe Miocic is a really fucking big dude.
Yeah, he is.
So, like I said, I'm hoping for the trilogy here. If DC decides he wants to call it quits, I'm also okay with that.
I was actually kind of scared. I thought he was gonna hang it up because normally when the fighters take their gloves off at the end of a fight, that normally signals that, you know, hey, I'm done. But no, he actually surprised me and was like, look, I'm not going to make an emotional decision right now. I'm going to go back, you know, take a look at everything and make sure that I do make the right decision. Which makes me think he is leaning more towards, you know, being done and hanging it up. But I would at least like to see this fight one more time before he decides to hang it up.
I think he fought well, okay, because he was winning that fight up until he wasn't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just think him, his family, his coaches, they gotta decide, is it worth it? You've already captured the lightweight title, defended. You've already captured the heavyweight title. You didn't defend. Oh no, sorry, he did. He beat Derek Lewis. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. What is there left to prove? You're 1-1 with a guy, okay, so you've already beat Miocic. So you don't technically have to beat him again because when you beat him, right, so when DC beat Miocic, like it was in the first round, it was one and done. Stipe didn't really deserve the rematch all that much because he was finished in round 1 and there was no controversy.
Yeah.
Dude was doing this on the canvas. There was zero controversy.
Yep.
In this fight, DC was winning, and then he didn't. He didn't win. Miocic won. Okay, but that's the heavyweight division. But you can't say oh well, Miocic was beating DC up for 4 rounds and then finally ended it. No, it didn't go like that.
Yeah, no, it was complete opposite.
So technically, if you want to get technical, DC could just be like, yo, bro, you finished me in the 4th, I finished you in the 1st.
Yeah.
The only thing that DC would have left to prove is anything with John Jones, and it's like, bro, if you're already 0-2 against the guy. You're, past your prime. He's in his prime.
Yeah.
I don't see
I don't
needing to
think-
take that fight either.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a good decision, at least.
Not fighting the baddest
Yeah.
dude on planet Earth, because we all know who it is. It's John Jones.
Whatever the fuck that was.
Right?
Jesus.
Yeah. Fight me if you disagree. I'm right here. We can.
Let me drop a couple pounds. Maybe a couple 20 pounds.
A couple 20s.
A couple 20s.
Couple 20s. Okay, in the evening's co-main event, you had Nathan Diaz defeat Anthony Pettis via unanimous decision. You had a couple 30-27s and a 29-28. Not the way I saw this fight when I was doing my picks. I knew that the only way that you're going to beat Pettis is if you put on a pace. And I just felt that Pettis has already been through that, so maybe he would have an answer to that. If you're going to fight Diaz, expect the motherfucker to be in your face, and expect him to throw and throw and throw, for him to not back off, and for you to throw everything but the kitchen sink or a Josh Thompson kick. He's going to walk through everything but those 2 things.
Yeah.
I think if you actually hit him with the kitchen sink, you probably knock him out. And if you kicked him with Josh Thompson's leg, it's already been proven that does knock him out.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Anthony Pettis had neither of those.
Yeah, it looked like he really didn't have an answer for anything that Diaz was throwing at him. I mean, not to shortchange, Pettis, but I mean, he got a couple of, lucky kicks or shots in or whatever when he was able to. But that was it. It just looked like, to me, Diaz was just like, all right, can't just run straight through the guy because I know I can.
Yeah.
I'll let him hit me a couple of times, but if it starts getting too crazy, I got to put this motherfucker in his place. And boy, did he put that motherfucker in his place.
I thought the fight could have been stopped right there. I believe it was in the 3rd round.
Yeah, with those crazy knee shots.
Yeah, the knees.
Yeah.
I thought the fight probably could have been stopped there, but the ref is the closest one to the action. Pettis was probably giving him just enough. Okay, maybe I better not stop this just yet.
Yeah.
But had he done it, I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset. And it seems like a lot of the Twitterverse or whatever, I don't think they would have been upset either because there was kind of like a, wow, how did that fight not get stopped?
Yeah.
And Pettis kind of has a way with, he's been in that type of situation before where he gets hurt or he gets knocked down and then the guy comes and smothers him and he does enough. He gets through it, you know? So, but my pick here was Anthony Pettis. I thought the time away for Diaz was going to be a little bit too much.
That's what I thought too.
You know? So, but he fucking proved me wrong. And I guarantee you he's not surprised. Motherfucker. As he would have said. Right? So, I gotta imagine they are probably smoking a joint somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Because I think it has to be protocol if you fight a Diaz brother, you have to smoke with them afterwards. Like, you gotta. I would.
Me too.
Going on record saying I might go and get into a street fight with Mr. Nathan Diaz so we can smoke a joint together. And then in your featured bout, you had, I know you! Pippin! We had Paulo Costa defeat Yoel, the Soldier of God, Romero. Or as my wife likes to call him, Yoel Yomeo. I don't know, it kept us up one night for like 2 hours. After the, after that one. Yeah, it's just Yoel Yomeo, and like we couldn't fall asleep because we were too busy laughing.
Well, I know we.
That motherfucker literally kept me up.
But it was good though. I mean, I really enjoyed this fight.
Let's turn that a little bit like more towards you, not that part, the microphone itself.
Or I can just scoot back.
There you go.
And not be.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Now that I'm done being a
Right?
fucking idiot. I mean, I really did enjoy this fight.
Dude, this was a banger.
Yeah, there was never.
Tell me it got fight of the night.
Actually, I believe it did.
Let's just,
Costa and Romero received fight of the night.
Okay. And then Stipe got one of the performance bonuses?
Stipe and...
No, we're not there yet. So if we haven't gotten there yet, don't give it away.
But wait, there's more.
Right?
Later.
But wait, there's Becky. I don't know who Becky is.
I don't know either.
I think that's a song, if I'm not mistaken, from one Robin Williams.
Maybe, I have
now
no
I'm
idea.
and I'm fucking 50. Yeah, it was a good song. Right? Okay, so Paulo Costa defeated Yoel Yomeo via unanimous decision, and the crowd did not agree. They did not agree. And I think it's very funny, because Yoel Romero, he's not... I think he's unintentionally, let me just put it to you that way, I think he's unintentionally a likable guy. And I'm not saying that he's not a likable guy, but I think because of certain things that have happened that he has either said or done, he's become like a fan favorite just because of stupid shit. Like, I know you!
Yeah.
I know you, Pippin! I see you soon, boy! You know, or, don't be gay for Jesus! You know, shit like that. So...
Yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of, somebody like a wrestler in like the WWE. Like they're like, okay, for your character, you're gonna be the bad guy, but then you go out there and you're supposed to be this bad guy, but you're getting cheered.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I saw that.
And then I believe Costa's nickname is Borrachina, right?
Yep.
Something like that. I think I got close. I'm trying not to sneeze because I don't want to sneeze.
Yep. Borrachina.
Borrachina. You gotta say it like that. Borrachina.
Sounds like a very high-end like red wine or something.
Borrachina. That's red wine. Okay.
Could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
Make it happen.
I agree with this decision here. I thought Paulo Costa won the first 2 rounds, and I felt the Soldier of God did enough in the 3rd round. Despite, was the groin shot in round 3?
No, it was towards the end of round 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, because it was 1.5. The groin shot was in round 1.
Oh, because there was.
And then there was an eye poke in round 2 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
There was fouls. It was a Yoel Romero fight. There's gonna be fouls. They should just call it's a foul fight.
Yeah.
Okay? And there were other jokes being made. We had a guest watching the fights with us, and we had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we can't say because we don't want to hurt your feelings. And also, we don't need these guys showing up at our house and fucking, murdering us. I hear you talking shit! Ah! I kill you!
Oh, God.
Well, we're going to hell.
Oh, shit.
That's okay. I see you there!
Episode 20, baby. Doing big things.
Alright.
Big things!
But yeah, I didn't disagree with the decision. I had it, 29-28 for Paulo Costa here. Fun fight. I wouldn't even be sad if they did it again. I would actually be more excited for the second.
Oh yeah.
The second fight.
I think it would bring the same amount of expectation and excitement, if not more.
There was so aside from Yoel Romero being like a guy that fights in spurts and he ends his fights in devastating fashion, despite fouls and whatnot. There wasn't too much hype, at least for me. They tried to hype it up, and usually I'm a sucker for that shit.
Yeah.
If there's any type of beef, I'm like, all right, cool, it's on. Gorgeous always says he likes the drama. He's somewhat of a drama queen himself. Me too. So I'm gonna take all that shit. But I don't think that this was built the right way.
Yeah.
And I think that the build-up for the second one would just be that much better.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but you also have this fight where you can pull all of the highlights from.
Exactly.
Because this was an incredible fight. I do not know how either of these guys, A, can't pass USADA, B, went for 15 fucking minutes. There was some breaks.
Yeah.
They had, you get one break per round, right? Yeah. And then they're like, okay, I knee you here, we take break. I poke you there, we take break. Right? So, and from where we were sitting, it looked like the nut shot was kind of on the belly, right?
Yeah, to me it kind of looked like it was belt line or just below the belly.
What I find probably hurts more than rather getting a groin strike is getting the cup pushed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe the knee hit the belly, but the shin pushed in the cup.
Yeah.
And you gotta imagine.
Yeah, that could have happened.
Those are 40-year-old balls.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't think there's any cup in this world that is gonna protect those Cuban delicate balls. Okay? Oh! So, and yeah, so. Oh, but the thumb. The thumb. We gotta talk about that thumb, because DC, thumbs up Stipe Miocic's eye. Thumb in.
Yeah.
So he didn't thumb up it, he thumb in it.
Yeah.
He was all up in Stipe Miocic's eye. So, I don't know, I hope he's okay. Because that was pretty fucking.
I hope so too.
And there was no warning. Herb Dean, come on, I know you all have the same color, but jeez.
But,
man.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Herb's been kind of slacking a little bit.
He has been slacking a little bit lately.
And I mean,
John Jones always gets excited when Herb officiates his fights. Well, I can make John Jones jokes too, okay? Just because he's my favorite and he's the baddest man on the planet doesn't mean I don't see you. I see you. So, but yeah, I would probably watch all of these fights all over again. I thought Sadiq Yusuf versus Gabriel Benitez was pretty good. It ended in a knockout, and Sadiq got hurt. He almost went out. So both guys were, pretty respectful after the fight. So that was good. Our pick wins there. We also picked Paulo Costa. We picked Anthony Pettis. That didn't really go as planned. Take this drink. And Derek Brunson also got us off to a bad start in the main card. He took a unanimous decision from Ian Heinisch. It was a competitive bout.
Yeah, it was.
But Brunson, I think, he hasn't learned to tuck in his fucking chin.
No, he scared me a little bit.
He's still, I read a tweet. I don't remember who it was from, so I wish I could remember so I could give them props. But it said, I think it might have been David Machado.
Maybe. I think so.
PFL welterweight. He said, and I quote, and I hope I'm quoting the right guy here, Derek Brunson's chin is higher than Nate Diaz. So I thought that was pretty good. I gave it a like. I gave it a laugh. I could actually probably look it up, but I don't want to. So hopefully I just gave the props to the right guy. Derek Brunson needs to learn to tuck in his fucking chin.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was a pretty good performance. He's starting to figure out that, hey, you don't need to fucking swing wild and get yourself knocked out in the process. You could just use your veteran savvy to beat guys who are less veteran savvy than you. Which I thought Ian Heinisch would have been able to overcome anything that Derek Brunson would throw at him. What I didn't think is that Derek Brunson would actually, be smart and fight well. I'm just not used to that. He did the same thing against Elias Theodoro. He fought smart. I gotta get used to this. Like, he'll always be, like, chin up, right?
Yeah.
He should just change his name, like, Derek Chin Up Brunson. Right? Okay? Until he learns otherwise, he's Derek Chin Up Brunson. Okay? But yeah, the pick here was Ian Heinisch. And he actually, like, asked for this fight. So, ask and you shall receive. You might lose.
Definitely,
you might lose.
Definitely.
Okay, and then we had alluded to this earlier, but Kama Worthley defeated Devontae Smith via, I don't know, he knocked him out in the first round. It was weird, because when you saw it live, it didn't look like, it looked like an early stoppage. And then you see it in slow motion, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, he was fine.
I love the slow motion stuff,
right?
Because then you can actually see what happened.
You can actually see which direction their eyeballs are looking.
Yeah.
Because they're usually both in different directions.
They're either in different directions or their eyes are rolled in the back of their head. I don't know if you could see that, but I just kind of rolled my eyes. I don't know.
So no one was expecting this at all. I don't even think Worthy was expecting this. So that's a pretty fucking good debut. You're like the biggest underdog on the card, and you come out and smash a friend, so that probably has to suck. But these dudes they're trying to, put food on the table. So, I'm sorry, but if I gotta fight you for money, and that's the way I make my money, we're fighting.
Yeah, and hopefully there's no animosity between the both of them.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there was beers had afterwards.
Oh yeah, because I mean, definitely, outside of that.
Get my hand off the table, like shaking the fucking microphones.
Just hanging out with each other, training with each other. That's one thing. But then as soon as if you guys have to fight, business in the cage. So hopefully Devontae doesn't take it too personal that he lost.
Nah, he's
and
not
the way that he did.
Yeah, he's not going to.
But I would be upset at first, but then after a while.
Oh fuck! Zach Cummings, I'm so sorry, dude. Fuck. Devontae Smith and Ian Heinisch were his guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach. Well, you still got your fight coming up here in 3 weeks, so we still got one more to go.
Redeem it.
Fucking pointing at this damn thing. And I'm actually pointing at the screen and not the capture thing. So it looks like I'm just fucking, you over there, right?
In the closet. Wait, what?
Whoa. Corey Sandhagen. I'm really excited about this guy. You want to talk about hype? This dude deserves all of the hype. He took out the number 3 in the world, Rafael Assunção, and Assunção ain't no bitch. He ain't no joke. Assunção's good. Okay?
Yeah.
The last guy to beat Assunção challenged for a title. Okay? So when you beat this guy, you can only go up.
Oh, yeah.
You can only go up. Sanhagen, dude. He's like a wider Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, he looked really good. He threw a couple of big rights. He threw a lot of leg kicks. There was one point in the fight, I want to call it the north-south, but it really wasn't, I guess. But like when they were up against the cage, and he was kind of sitting on top, but Asunsa was kind of like had his butt like in the air, and he was just punching his ass. I call it the butt punches in my notes. I was like, I've got to mention this. So he's like butt punching until the bell rang. I'm like, well, I guess that's one way to try to get somebody to.
So I wonder, like, if you get punched in the butt or kneed in the butt in a fight like that, like, can you still sit down for the next couple days, or do you got to stand?
I'd probably be standing or laying down, like, on my side that didn't get punched.
Right? Oh, well, I guess you could, like, have, like, cushion.
Get the fucking donut seat.
Yeah, the hemorrhoid pillow. So, yeah, Corey Sanhagen is a little bit of a badass, and I seriously wonder what's next for this dude. Like I said, you beat the number 3 in the world. Who else you got?
Yeah.
Who else you got? So, yeah, I don't know where you go from there. Drakkar Klose took a unanimous decision over Christos Giagos, and this was an early contender for fight of the night. This one was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, all the fights here were not bad. I don't think there was one snoozer on this card. I thought they were all pretty good. But Drakkar Klose, he fights out of Arizona, the MMA lab. So Arizona gets a win, and that's where we reside. Vista, Tucson, Glendale, right?
Yep.
So, and another Arizona product, Casey Kenny. He took a unanimous decision from Manny Bermudez, and I was actually kind of worried because the way the third round played out, you could have possibly scored that a 10-8 round, which would have had this fight at a draw. So, but Casey Kenny, the smaller guy, okay, not only is he like just physically the smaller guy, but the other guy fucking missed weight, so you know the dude's like coming in. At least whatever Casey came in at, yeah, just add like fucking 15 pounds to that.
Yeah.
And that's probably what we're. I don't think Casey can get above 150. He's not a huge guy. He's about my size. Just, 30 pounds lighter because I'm a fat ass.
It kind of reminded me of your character in the Mike Tyson Punch-Out, where like your character's like this really small, scrawny dude, and you're trying to, fight these like big name boxers, and they made them all like huge and like ridiculous looking, and you're trying to fight this guy. That's what it kind of looked like to me.
He was very undersized, and for those of you that don't know, Casey Kenny is the former LFA flyweight and bantamweight champion. So technically, he was a flyweight fighting essentially a lightweight, or probably more a welterweight. Because this was dubbed a catch weight at 140 pounds. So he weighed 140 pounds, but you gotta imagine these fighters are probably putting on at least 10, 20, sometimes even 30 pounds.
Yeah.
So I know an Arizona fighter who weighed in at 135, and the very next night was 167.
What?
Yeah, that's 32 pounds. Just if you're, not good at math, I did it for you.
Oh, well, thank you, because I fucking suck at math.
It's funny because I suck at math too. But I did the math 3 years ago when it happened, so I just happened to remember, those numbers and that fighter. So yeah, Arizona, I believe we go undefeated tonight. I believe we went undefeated tonight. Because I don't know if any of the other fighters are from Arizona. Wait, go up, let me see. Let me see. Oh, is it going up for you? Ouch, no. Oh, I thought you were gonna.
No, I can't do that. I'm kind of jealous.
Oh shit. 808. Okay, yeah. So in early preliminary action, so you could have watched this via Fight Pass, or you could have watched this via ESPN Plus. I think we did Fight Pass, right? I think we went old school. I like doing when it's Fight Pass available. I like to do it on Fight Pass.
Yeah, and we watched it right here in the studio.
We watched Sabina Mazo knee the shit out of Shanna Dobson.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, I mean, just to be able to endure all of those shots. I mean, like, I know you go through training and you know, not to sound redundant, but you know, you train your body to take the blows. But come on, how can you train your face to get kneed like a million times? Like,
I don't think there's a training for that.
It's like, what do you do? Come into the gym one day, like, all right, what are we training? Knees to face. All right, let's do it. You know, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they don't train for that.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, the fact that, you know, is it Shayna or Shauna?
I think it's Shauna.
Yeah.
I try to listen to the way Anik pronounces things because he is 100% on point with his pronunciations. So shout out to John Anik. He's a good dude.
Yeah, so I mean, just, I have to give my props to Shauna. I mean, she hung in there. She was taking some big, massive shots. There was a couple of times where I thought, you know...
She was winging the right hands too, man.
Yeah, I thought she was going to come back with, not like a lucky right hand or whatever, but, you know, just kind of get in there, start banging, you know, and clock Sabina with the right, but it just never happened.
The Colombian Queen is getting better with every fight. Mm-hmm. So if I'm anybody in this, what were they, flyweights, yeah?
Yep.
If I were anybody in the flyweight division, I'm trying to fight this girl as soon as fucking possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to fight her as soon as ASAP. I don't want her getting any better. I don't. Because a girl this young that's improving at this pace, it's only a matter of time. I'm telling you. But what I will say is I got two fights. That would be fun for Sabina Mazo. Okay, you ready? Roxanne Modafferi. That would test her ability to get past a veteran of women's MMA. Kind of like one of the four mothers. Would it be four mothers instead of four fathers?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the four mothers of women's MMA because she's a fucking pioneer. Roxanne's been pretty much everywhere and anywhere, multiple fucking weight classes. Back when women's MMA wasn't even cool. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to see her fight a veteran like Roxanne Modafferi or Antonina Shevchenko. Both them girls like to stand and bang. And oh my goodness, would that be fun as fuck.
Dude, I think I would actually like to see that fight.
The Antonina Shevchenko would actually be a lot more fun to watch. But if you're trying to look for growth and see where a fighter's at, Roxanne Modafferi is like the perfect fight. You get past her, you're going to be something in the division. If you can't get past her, which Antonina Shevchenko didn't, okay? She didn't. She almost did. But she didn't. But she made improvements in her next fight. You saw that.
Oh, yes, she did.
So, those two fights I'm cool with. Kyung Ho Kang, or Mr. Perfect, took his split decision from Brandon Davis. I don't see where it was split. I thought Kyung Ho Kang, I thought he won.
Yeah, I had it 2-1, Mr. Perfect. So, I mean...
It wasn't perfect, but it was enough.
Yeah, and I mean, I tried to go for my boy Davis, you know, my last name being Davis, you know.
Your Davis has got to stick together.
Got to stick together, and you know, he was being really tough, and you know, he was getting his shit done. You know, he was throwing some knees, leg kicks. He did throw that really nasty up kick, and I thought for a second that Mr. Perfect was out. Yeah. He did the whole Thriller thing on the way down. But yeah, very very fun fight to watch, and I think the red guy won.
And then in your early preliminary card, like main event or whatever you're gonna call it. She won. You're probably gonna have to like turn that all the way up when we do the editing for that. But Hannah Cyphers takes a unanimous decision from Jody Escobar, who goes 0-4 in her last 4.
Where do you think she goes from here? Or what do you think the UFC will do with her?
They're probably going to cut her.
Think so?
Yeah. Which sucks, because I like watching her fight. It's not like she's a shitty fighter. I just don't think she knows how to fight like she needs to win.
Yeah.
Because if I was 0-3 in my last 3, and I didn't get cut, and I got another fight, I would essentially just come out swinging. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I would come out swinging, and I wouldn't care about the result. I mean, obviously I'd hope for the win, but
yeah,
I would try to win. And it didn't seem like she was trying to win. What are you looking at here? I was like a Cat Zingano all day.
I was trying to figure out what her fight record was.
Who?
Zingano. Because, I mean, I think she had I know I'm still new to this and everything, but didn't she have a winning record? Or winning and positive.
She was 8-0 or 7-0 when she came into the UFC. She beat Miesha Tate. She beat Amanda Nunes. She lost to Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
I know she lost to Megan Anderson. And I think she lost to, it's Juliana Pena.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she ended up being like 9-4 overall.
Yeah.
But dropping like her last 3. And I think the separation between Cat Zingano and the UFC was actually mutual.
Oh, you
I don't
think so?
Well, yeah, because she has things that she was trying to do, and the UFC was probably like, "Hey, we want you to fight," and she's probably just like, "Well,
okay,
I'm kind of in the middle of something. If you wouldn't mind," and they're like, "Well, like, why don't we just, kind of let you do your thing, and we'll move on."
Yeah, because I guess
from everything I read, anyway, that's
Yeah.
kind of what it seemed like. It was kind of just mutual. I don't think there was any like ill will or whatever.
Yeah, because I was only bringing her up because UFC's kind of looks like they were trying to clean up house a little bit, but
Oh, shit! Did you hear about Bellator? Bellator released like 9 fucking fighters.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they released Chris Honeycutt, Njokuani. I think it's Chidi Njokuani.
Mm.
They released some fighter that was like 4-0 in Bellator, and his only fights were in Bellator, so they released that guy. They released just a slew of dudes. And some of them like I didn't even recognize.
Yeah.
But I was pretty surprised at the Honeycutt, because Honeycutt I believe was like 7-3 in Bellator.
Yeah. So it's like, why get rid of some of these fighters that have good records, but are they not, I guess, quote unquote, booking them right? Or do you think it could just be the way that the division is going for them?
I can tell you this. The way that Bellator is probably trying to do their shit, okay, so here's my main beef with Bellator. My main beef with Bellator is they'll hold on to guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we use this guy all the time. We use him for things, and we use him for stuff, and we use him for this, and we use him for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like take like a Javi Ayala, or who's another one? Like a David Rickles, or just all these guys where they're just kind of like reusing the same dude for namesake. Like, oh, this is a Bellator dude. Like, let's just use this guy for this. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the David Rickles, or anything like that. But it's kind of like your Sad Wads and your Brandon Gertzes of the world. Like, if they're never gonna be a champion, why do you still have them? Now, don't get it twisted. Brandon Gertz,
yeah,
he's an exciting fighter. He's just not championship material. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
At least not with Bellator. I'm really trying not to sneeze.
Yeah, I see that. I'm
trying
getting prepared.
But yeah, so Bellator's probably just trying to make room for better fighters, I would imagine, or just better pay. Because you gotta imagine, if there's less fighters on your roster, you could probably afford to pay the other guys a little bit more.
True.
And I would go for less is more. Like, kind of like the PFL thing. When we interviewed Damon Jackson, he's like, well, PFL only has to manage like 12 guys a division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, which, go check out Damon Jackson's interview, by the way. It's up on our YouTube. It's up on our YouTube where you're watching this shit.
I'm actually kind of sad because I wasn't able to be a part of that.
It was fucking awesome. Damon Jackson is...
It was.
It was a lot of fun.
I listened to it. This motherfucker right here did a fantastic job.
Go
check it out.
I. So, I think we kind of just went on a tangent there, and we're already 45 minutes deep.
Well, that's
that
okay.
45 minutes went by fast.
Yeah, it did. But at least we spent... Well, not that, you know, UFC 241 was like, you know, the end-all, be-all show to watch this weekend. But... it was the end-all, be-all show to watch this weekend. I know we had other stuff that, well, I guess one other thing that kind of happened, but like this was like the creme de la creme of the week.
Okay, and we'll probably get back to CFFC probably in the morning or something like that, because I do want to finish that card. We'll have to rewatch whatever happened between CM Punk and the Fan.
Oh,
because that was fucking nuts.
Oh gosh, yeah. I've never heard anything like that before happen with a commentator.
Okay, but let's go ahead and go over results real quick. So we'll know the outcome of these fights. So I think we got all the way up to Chris Dawkins, Danny Holmes, right? We only had 2 more fights to go. Damn it!
Oh, yep. Well, yeah, that's right, because the Dawkins fight, that's when shit started hitting the fan.
Okay, so...
literally.
Right? Paul Capaldo defeated LaShawn Alcox. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry, Alcox. I did not mean to. That was a unanimous decision there. Solomon Renfro defeated Eugene Aubrey via split decision. Marino Eatman defeated Shaw Teed, and that was a 280-pound catch weight, a super heavyweight fight.
Dude, Eatman is a big old boy. Holy shit! But he looked pretty good. Did a lot better than I thought he was.
Yeah, and he's only 5'10".
And the motherfucker threw a flying knee.
I know. 5'10", 280 pounds, flying knee. He's like, Jorge Masvidal, what you got on that? So that was Eamon. Chris Dawkins defeated Danny Holmes via knockout, head kick, and punches. And there was some controversy, and then there was the outburst in the crowd from the dude and CM Punk, and they had to switch the fucking camera to the back so that they could get, you know...
hey, you won. How do you feel? Well, I fucking won. That's
Well, they definitely had to get away from CM Punk in those microphones, because he was fucking throwing F-bombs worse than this guy. And I can't get through one fucking sentence without dropping an F-bomb. Really can't. Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Santo Curatolo defeated Elgun Kanonagali. That guy.
Kanoglani.
Kanoglani?
That's what I'm going with.
Knockout round 1, 45 seconds, and in your main event you had Nicolas Mota defeat Cesar Balmaceda via knockout in round 1, 54 seconds. We literally only had to watch 2 more minutes of this fight.
Yeah.
Of this card, I'm sorry. So CFFC, it was a fun card. It had extra drama that I didn't even know was going to be there, but it was fucking awesome. So I think we got 2 minutes tomorrow. We may even watch this tonight. Shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, and then we had a Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday. And you had Julius Angelicus defeat Carl Reed via rear naked choke in round 3. Tony Gravely defeating Ray Rodriguez via knockout round 3. Sarah Alpar defeating Shana Young via rear naked choke round 2. Brock Weaver defeating Devin Smith via decision as I 808 that shit. And then William Knight, I think is it Knights Out? Nightmare. He's the Nightmare. He defeated Herdem Alash. Alachbek?
Alachbek?
It's probably Alachbek.
Probably.
So that was a 3rd round knockout, and god damn it, I keep on hitting this shit right now. My bad, guys. And who were the contracts? Who were the contract winners, I should say?
I want to say it was Sarah Alpar, William Knight, Tony Gravely, and Brock Weaver.
So the decision is the only one that didn't get the contract then?
Surprisingly, it was the submission. The first fight of the night.
Oh wow, so Brock got the contract, but Julius didn't? Interesting.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, how many of these are contracts and how many of them are developmental deals?
I'm not sure because Dana just did a thing about handing out developmental deals, so that way I guess fighters that come in, they're not like, all right, I want to fight. Okay, we'll go fight this guy.
And then they get butchered.
15 seconds, you're done. You know.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and so Dana White's Contender Series is well, there's the loser. Whoops. Dana White's Contender Series. This happens every Tuesday, and he's giving out a lot of fucking contracts. I'm gonna eat this thing. I'm getting so mad at it. And I'm hungry. I'm always hungry though. So he's handing out a lot of contracts, but we're getting a lot of finishes. Mm-hmm. We're getting a lot of finishes, so that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of these fighters are showing really, really good promise. I mean, yeah, they're wanting to put on a good show in front of Dana because, they want to get in the UFC. But I don't think it's just going to stop here at the Contender Series. I think they're going to take what they did here, and that's going to translate pretty well when they get in front of those nice, shiny party lights.
Well, I will say that some of these Dana White's Contender Series guys are looking pretty good. So
definitely.
He's definitely finding some talent. And then Kinetic 1. It was a grappling thing that went on last night.
Whatever that crap is.
What? Submission grappling?
No, the stuff that popped up on my screen. I don't know what the hell that was. But here we go. Here's the Kinetic submission.
Okay, so it was broken up into 4 teams, and they had like semifinals, quarterfinals, and finals. Is that how it broke down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so like there's a lot of like results that we would have to go through. So who ended up winning the dang thing? Because I know Giles, he went like undefeated the first round, right?
Yeah, for the semifinals, number 1, it was the BJJ Fanatics versus Team Lights Out, Urban Achievers. And
I know Team Lights Out's got to be Chris Lytle.
I believe so. And
Fanatics is probably Craig Jones.
Mm-hmm. And the BJJ Fanatics, they pull away with the win there.
Okay, and then Lionheart obviously is Anthony Smith.
They went against Team SUG.
Which or Submission Underground would be Chael Sonnen.
Yep.
So they're your coaches, obviously, Craig Jones, Anthony Smith, Chael Sonnen, and Chris Lytle.
Mm-hmm.
4 badasses.
Damn
I like it.
This was semifinal number 2, and Team Submission Underground won.
Nice.
And the super fight, which was very, very fun to watch. I'll just call him Supa Stats because I can't say that.
Rafian Stotts.
Rafian Stats.
I forget he's not Brazilian because I keep wanting to say Rafian.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Rafian Stotts, as a big vehicle comes by the studio. Holy shit.
He went against Anthony El Toro Burchak.
See, I was waiting for them to fucking, get that right in the broadcast, and they couldn't.
They kept calling him El Choro or El Churro. I'm like,
or
what?
just Toro.
Yeah.
Anthony Toro Burchak.
Super white.
Right. Anthony Burchak is from our own Arizona, so we know how to say El Toro. Okay, and this fight ended in a draw because there was no finish, and they did go to the extra 3-minute overtime round or whatever, and there still was no finish. So now this setup sets us up for the fucking LFA match, right?
Oh,
because now I want to see these dudes throw down an LFA.
That would be, how cool would that be when they come
For
back?
a bantamweight title?
Yeah, and aren't they coming back to Arizona at some point this year?
November?
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Well, okay, you also have to figure you have Yanez waiting on the sidelines too at 135 pounds.
Make that happen first, and then the Burchak stuff.
Okay, but who's Yanez going to fight?
I don't know. Who would he fight?
I don't know.
You know what? I would actually like to see what was supposed to be.
Miles versus Yanez?
Miles versus Yanez.
You'd have to convince Yanez to take that fight again, and he might be reluctant to take it because the dude missed weight and he didn't get the fight because of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that wasn't Yanez's fault. That was out of his hands.
Yeah.
So why would you re-sign that fight knowing that this could very well happen again?
Well, because what I would
and I was excited for that fucking fight.
Because this is what I would do. And I'm not a businessman, but my wheels turn sometimes.
Only sometimes?
Only sometimes, because
You drive a bus, your wheels should turn all the time.
No. No, by middle of the morning, it stops. And I just kind of go on autopilot. But anyways.
That's scary.
But the kids are always safe no matter what. Don't worry. But no, what I would do is I would set that fight up again. And if Miles doesn't make weight, I would either fine him or cut him. Because that would be the second time in a row trying to get this.
Miles has missed weight before.
Yeah. And so, you'd have to.
Ooh,
yeah.
I know. Kyle. Estrada just picked up a win.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I'd watch the hell out of that fight.
I'd watch it twice. Because I'd have it recorded.
Okay, so I mean, there's things that you can do there. There's things that you can do there, but I definitely think that the big fight here to make would be Rafion Stotts versus Anthony Burchak at bantamweight for LFA. They're coming back to Phoenix in November. At least that is the word on the street. So we're just going to go ahead and say that that's factual because we will will it to happen. We will will it to happen.
If you book it, they will come.
Okay, so and then in your semifinals.
No, this will be the final.
The final.
The BJJ Fanatics versus Team Submission Underground.
Ooh.
BJJ Fanatics pull the W.
And the only team captain that got in there, I believe, was Chris Lytle. He was the only dude that got in there. He said, "Fuck this shit. I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna get in there." And
this is how it's done.
I believe he got finished though, and I think that was the first time in his career ever being finished.
I think so.
But yeah, so that's Kinetic 1. It was very interesting. I liked the format. One thing that probably could have been done a lot better was the production.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the production lacked, and I just don't think they were ready.
Yeah.
So, but you're always going to make improvements. Go listen to episode 1 and then listen to episode 20.
Oh God, yeah. Well, fucking listen to it and cringe.
Right.
And then come to episode 20 and listen to the glory.
You think Henry Cejudo is the cringe king? Yeah, go listen to our first few episodes. We kind of sucked.
Oh, dude.
We're only slightly better though.
We're getting there. We're getting way better.
Okay, so you can follow him on the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook. He's at the MMA White Belt, or on Facebook you're just Jonathan Davis, right?
Yep, but don't get that confused with the guy from Korn. I wish I was the guy from Korn.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, I wish I had the money from the guy from Korn. There we go.
There you go. And then you can follow me on the social medias. I'm Steven Frontroth or at SteveFront09 or whatever the hell mine is. It's not really that fun or interesting or entertaining.
We're working on it.
We're trying to figure that out. But we are at HKA_AZ for Instagram, at HeadKick Audio for Facebook and Twitter. And That's it, yeah.
You can also go to our
YouTube.
Our YouTube. It's HeadKick Audio. You can also go to our hosting podcast site, www.podbean.com/HeadKickAudio. You can listen to all of our stuff there. You can listen to us on iTunes, Twitter, anywhere you can find.
You can listen to shit on Twitter?
You can listen to shit, whatever the fuck you want to, on anything you want.
That is a bold claim there, sir. Do you have anything to back that up?
You gotta go check it out.
You gotta prove him wrong?
Prove me wrong.
But yeah, so you can follow us on social media, like our shit, share our shit, love our shit, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. We had Damon Jackson's interview, that's up on the YouTube. Jared Cannonier, that's on the YouTube. I keep calling it the YouTube.
The YouTube.
I need to stop, because that sounds dirty.
Demonetized, even though we're not getting money.
Right? You can catch all of our fighter interviews on YouTube. We've done Pat Militich, Drew Dober. We've even done some other media. Dan Tom, who's got a podcast, the Protect Your Neck podcast. Pat Militich, he's got his own podcast, The Conspiracy Farm. And a lot of these guys, we asked them about their sponsorships and whatnot. Some of them have businesses. So when you are listening to our fighter interviews, check out if they have any businesses and go check out their services. I mean, sometimes they might got something, or maybe they own a gym in your area of town. No, I said that right.
Yeah.
And I know that most of our viewers come from Texas. So, Texas, Michigan, California, Arizona, and like those are the big states that we get a lot of listeners from. So thank y'all for tuning in. You guys should continue to tune in and hit that subscribe button. Just hit it.
Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell everybody.
But until next time.